Wally Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look out, buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod, baby.
On the phone, we have the original. Well, not the original. The original is Dad. We have Dave Hirata, the second-generation racer from Lowell, from Hirata's Body Shop, and he has celebrated. He had a winner in August. He won another Wally. Let's ask him what that's all about. Dave.
Big George.
What's going on, buddy? It's so good to talk to you.
Same to you, sir.
Hey, listen, I got to ask you, what is a Wally?
Well, you know, when you watch the Academy Awards and the Emmys and they hand the people out the hardware,
yeah,
it's those little guys. And, you know, NHRA's founder, Wally Parks, you know, he's the man, and they came up with this little hardware, and it got named the Wally. And if you're lucky to get one, it's one of the greatest honors ever in drag racing.
Wow. You got to love it. So getting a Wally is where it's at. You want a Wally.
Yeah, they are so tough to get. This racing's so competitive, and you know, I'm lucky. Actually, I'm lucky to have, you know, I don't know, maybe 10 of them over the course of my career. And there's guys who've been racing a lot longer than me. They don't have one, so I'm a very privileged person to have won a couple races. But we got another one this year.
All right, now you got to tell me, how's Dad doing? I'm more in tune with Dad. He's my age.
Yeah, he's a crazy guy. He's been drag racing, you know, since the 50s. If anyone knows him in the area, and he still does it with us. He goes to the races, every race with him, you know, him and my mom. They're in their middle 80s, and I think it keeps him young. It keeps that blood flowing. He's doing awesome. Thanks for asking.
Does Mom pack a lunch? Does she pack sandwiches for everybody?
God bless my mom for putting up with him. That's what I always say. And then they come back with, they got to put up with him and me. But, yeah, they take care of us and support us like crazy. I think in 13 years they've missed like 2 or 3 races. So I'm very fortunate to have that support there.
Okay, now you won your Wally in August, and that was in Ohio?
Norwalk, Ohio, yes, sir.
That was Top Alcohol Dragster in Norwalk, Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Which is, for everybody out there that doesn't know, Top Alcohol Dragster is somewhere around 275 or 80 mile an hour.
Yeah, they run 275. They would be, you know, kind of the, you know, they say the stepstone up to the pros, the big show cars. You know, at 275, they truck along pretty good, and
yeah, that's cooking. What,
yeah,
5 seconds? It's a 5-second quarter mile.
Yeah, 5.3s. You know, 5.2s. It's a nice little ride.
It takes you longer to slap your partner than it does to go 5.3 seconds. Come on.
Oh, it's
wow.
You know, driving 13 years, it's kind of like a job. You know, to give people some kind of idea, we were at the football game last night in Lowell, which they won. You know, we do the last football field in a quarter mile in 9/10 of a second, and
God,
it's crazy. I'm still kind of in awe of what our cars do.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yes, it is.
Unbelievable. Now, did you go to the Nationals in Indy?
Yeah. You know, unfortunately, that wasn't our great race this year. We qualified, and we ended up missing the field by, I think, 4/1000ths of a second, which, you know,
Jeez,
that's
Pete.
probably like an eye blink.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4/1000ths of a second.
Yeah, that's.
Wow.
That's just, you can't hardly measure what 4/1000ths is.
Yeah, takes me longer to sneeze. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, yeah, very, very much so.
Well, you know what though? That's racing. That's just how it is.
It is. We got to win, and we were heroes that day. And like everyone says, or I feel, you know, you're only good as your next race. We're fortunate to get the win, but we got to move on and, you know, hopefully get more next year.
You know, somewhere about 10,000 years ago, I used to race out at US 30 drag strip. Now, your dad remembers that. I'm sure you probably don't.
You know, ironically, today there's a US 30 drag strip reunion
really?
at White's Pit Stop in Cherville, Indiana. But kind of a story, if you know the history of US 30, my dad said he raced there on opening day, which is into, I think, the later 50s.
Right.
So the guy's definitely had his handprints in racing in this
forever,
area for a long time.
Especially in our area. Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we were there in the 60s, I was, and like we used to have a saying, you know, some days you're the dog and some days you're the hydrant. I mean, it does works or it doesn't work.
Oh, it does, and it's so tough right now to get a win. I mean, a round win is so big, and to stack, you know, 2 or 3 on race day, I mean, it's a huge thing. It is a tough competitive situation, and the competitive part is awesome. We love doing it.
You know, Dave, in studio today, I have John Hoageveen, and it's Hoagies, designed by Hoagies. I met him at the car show in Cherville, and he does lettering and custom striping, but he's a big fan of, and I'm sure your dad will remember, maybe you will, the Ed Roth design Rat Rod.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what he does.
Yeah,
and
that is a popular thing.
I'm going to see that you get a card of his, because you ought to go to his shop. He's got some nifty old stuff that I'm sure your dad and I would love. I know. I'm going to have to bump in there myself.
Too. I love all that nostalgic
and
stuff.
He's right. Yeah, exactly. And he's right here in Cherville, so it'll be a good deal for you. Well, listen, when you're going to get done with the racing season, I know you got to go. What, you got to go to? Where did I see you're going next? Somewhere.
Well, you know, our season pretty much wraps up. We, you know, all the races are going south and west.
Right, they go west now, sure.
Yeah, I mean, the money part to travel is it's just stupid what it takes to do the traveling, let alone the racing.
Well, you got a crew and you got everything else. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, luckily my crew people, they've got jobs, they work, they're able to kind of use their vacations to schedule our racing, and you know, I got to pitch the people who really help us, and that's Scapel Motors in over in Maryville, and NGK Plugs and Lucas Oil. I got to get them people in because they are so important to what we do for, I mean, essentially fun, and we can't do it without those people. So my hat's off to them, and I finally get them a win, and you know, but to do more and travel and go thousands of miles, it becomes 5-figure trips every trip.
Oh,
and it just it's crazy.
There's no doubt in my mind, feeding everybody and gas, and I mean, just everything. I've been on a little bit of a road trip myself with the wife and I know what that costs. I can't imagine dragging a whole crew.
Yeah, the only way I say I justify it is I got to look at it as a vacation. You know, people spend money to go to Disneyland, and we go to, I guess we go to our own Disneyland and our own pit, because sometimes it's a real zoo in our pit. We have fun, but we race hardcore and we're serious, but we do have tons of fun too.
Yeah, Sands and I have been out to there's a place in Enos, Texas that has a big nationals race.
Oh yeah,
year.
Dallas.
In Dallas. Sure. And that's a great race, but boy, that'd be a haul. That's a trip.
And you know what anymore? That Dallas trip is not a big trip anymore, and I think it's about 18 hours for us. But it's just insane what it costs to drive the truck and trailer there and diesel fuel, let alone everything else. So
there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, we might be wrapping it up this season, but we've talked about maybe getting one more in, so we'll see.
Well, when the snow flies and you got nothing else to do, I want to have you and Dad in here on a Saturday morning. I'll buy the coffee.
There you go.
And we'll sit down and have we'll have a donut and a cup of coffee, and we'll talk cars for an hour.
You got that. That always keeps the blood going, the momentum going, because definitely we love cars, and we can always talk about them. There's no doubt about that.
Everybody, this is Dave Hirata from Lowell, Indiana, Hirata's Body Shop. What's the phone number out there at Hirata's Body Shop, Dave?
It's 219-696-8939. We've been in Lowell since 1956, and any kind of service on the car, I mean, restorations, collisions, service work, we're here to service the people, and we thank everyone for their dedication to us, in our business.
Very good, sir. Thank you for calling.
Big George, appreciate it.
All right, David.
Take care.
Take care, pal.